Hello, everyone, and welcome to Next English Level. I'm Alex, and today we're going to talk about something that can truly change your life and your English, too. It's called the power of consistency. Consistency is one of those quiet, invisible forces that shapes everything we do. It's not about working hard once, it's about showing up again and again, even when you don't feel like it. It's the secret behind every success story you've ever heard. But here's the interesting part. Consistency isn't just about discipline. It's about identity. It's about becoming the kind of person who says, I don't have to be perfect today. I just need to keep going. In this episode, I'll share with you simple stories, practical ideas, and small lessons so you can understand how consistency can help you not only improve your English, but also become a stronger, more confident version of yourself. So, find a quiet place, relax, and let's begin this journey together.
Let's start with a simple truth. Small actions, repeated over time, create big results. Think about learning English. If you study for 3 hours one day and then stop for a week, you'll forget most of what you learned. But if you spend just 15 minutes every single day, your brain starts to adapt. You build a habit. You create momentum. And that's what consistency really is. Momentum. You don't need to do big things. You just need to keep doing the small things. Imagine a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop doesn't do anything, but thousands of drops falling every day can slowly shape the rock. That's the power of consistency. Quiet, patient, unstoppable. So, if you want to speak better English or become a better version of yourself, don't look for motivation first. Look for routine. Look for that one small action you can do every day. Because consistency is not about how much time you have. It's about how often you show up.
Here's something you already know. We all start strong, but after a few days, we get tired. We lose energy. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow. And sometimes tomorrow never comes. So how can we stay consistent when motivation disappears? The answer is simple. Don't depend on motivation. Motivation is like the weather. It changes every day. But systems are like the sun. They're always there, even when you can't see them. If you want to build consistency, create a system, not a mood. For example, if you want to improve your English, don't say, I'll study when I feel inspired. Say instead, every morning after I drink my coffee, I'll listen to English for 15 minutes. Now you've connected your new habit to something that already exists in your day. That's how you make consistency easier. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. Now, a simple rule. Never miss twice. This is one of my favorite ideas. When you miss a day, that's okay. We're all human. But don't miss 2 days in a row. Because missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit, the habit of quitting. So if you skip today, make sure you come back tomorrow. Even if you do just 5 minutes, it still counts. Because 5 minutes of progress is always better than 0. Now, focus on identity, not results. There's another secret to consistency. Stop saying, I want to be fluent, and start saying, I'm the kind of person who learns English every day. See the difference? The first sentence is about results. The second is about identity. When your actions match your identity, you don't need to force yourself. It becomes who you are. So every time you study, even for a short moment, you're proving to yourself that you are consistent, dedicated, and growing. Now, take a moment and ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do every day that will move me closer to the person I want to become?
Stories help us remember what's important. So let me share a few with you. Short, true stories that show what consistency can do. Story 1. The Language Learner Who Never Gave Up. A few years ago, I met a man named David. When I first talked to him, his English wasn't great. He knew some words, a few expressions, but he was shy and afraid to speak. He said, "Alex, I don't think I'll ever speak English well. I forget everything so fast." But then he told me something that changed the way I saw him. He said, "I don't care how slow I go. I'll just do something every day." And he did. Every morning while making breakfast, he listened to one short English podcast. He repeated 1 or 2 new sentences. He didn't study for hours, just 15 minutes a day. A year later, when I met him again, I was shocked. His English wasn't perfect, but he was confident. He could talk, express ideas, and even joke. What changed wasn't his brain. It was his consistency. He didn't stop when he felt tired. He stopped waiting to feel ready. Story 2. The Artist Who Drew Every Day. There's another story I love about an artist named Sarah. She wasn't famous. She didn't even call herself a real artist, but she loved to draw. One day, she decided to make a small challenge. I'll draw one picture every day for 1 year. Some days she was inspired. Other days she was tired, sad, or busy. But she still drew. Sometimes for 10 minutes, sometimes for an hour. After 1 year, she looked back at her old drawings and couldn't believe what she saw. Her art had changed completely. Her lines were smoother. Her ideas were clearer. She had become the artist she always wanted to be. Not because she was talented, but because she was consistent. What these stories teach us? Both David and Sarah teach us something powerful. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present every day. Consistency is like planting a tree. You don't see growth every day, but deep inside the soil, roots are forming. And one day you'll look back and realize the tree has grown strong and tall. That's how progress feels. Slow, invisible, but real.
So now we understand what consistency is, and we've heard how it changes people's lives. But the big question is, how can you become more consistent, especially in learning English? Let's talk about 5 simple steps. Step 1, start small. Most people fail because they start too big. They try to do everything at once. Study grammar, learn vocabulary, practice listening, all in one day. After 3 days, they're exhausted. Instead, start small. If you want to read in English, read 1 short paragraph a day. If you want to listen, choose 1 short video or podcast, even 5 minutes. What matters most is not how much you do, but how often you repeat it. Remember, consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Step 2, set a time and place to learn.
Don't wait for motivation. Choose a specific time and place to learn. For example, every morning after breakfast, I'll study for 10 minutes. Every night before I sleep, I'll listen to an English story. When you repeat the same action in the same place, your brain starts to expect it. You no longer need to decide. It becomes automatic. That's how habits are born. Step 3, track your progress. Humans love progress. When you can see your improvement, you feel more motivated to continue. You can use a simple notebook or app. Write down the days you studied. Mark them with an X or a check mark. Each mark is a small victory. Each mark says, I showed up today. After a few weeks, you'll see a beautiful chain of success, and you'll want to keep it going. Step 4, reward yourself. Learning is easier when it feels good. After each study session, give yourself a small reward. Maybe it's a cup of coffee, a walk outside, or a few minutes of your favorite music. Rewards tell your brain, this feels good. Let's do it again. Soon, your brain will start to enjoy the routine, not just the reward. Step 5, be kind to yourself. There will be days when you miss your routine, days when you feel tired, lazy, or busy. That's normal. Don't punish yourself. Don't say, I'm so bad at this. Say instead, it's okay. I'll try again tomorrow. Because consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about coming back again and again. Every comeback is a small victory, and every small victory builds a consistent life. Now you know how to build consistency. Start small. Choose a time. Track your progress. Reward yourself. And be kind when you fail. Simple, but powerful.
We've talked about a lot today, but if you remember only one thing, let it be this. Consistency is not about being perfect, it's about being present. Every time you show up, even for a few minutes, you're building something inside you. You're building trust in yourself. And that trust is what creates progress. When you think about people who succeed, whether they're athletes, artists, or language learners, you'll see one thing in common. They didn't stop when they felt bored or tired. They kept going. They understood that success isn't one big moment. It's 1,000 small moments. It's waking up and doing what matters again and again. So if today you listen to one English story, or learn one new word, or practice speaking for just a few minutes, you're already moving forward. You're already becoming better than yesterday. And if you keep doing that, you'll look back one day and realize that all those small steps led you here, to a new level of yourself, a stronger, more confident version of who you are.
Before we end, take a deep breath. Think about one small action you can do every day. Not because you have to, but because it takes you closer to the person you want to become. And then say it quietly to yourself. I will keep going. Because that's where all change begins, with one small promise repeated again and again. Thank you for listening to Next English Level. I'm Alex, and I hope today's episode helps you not only improve your English, but also your mindset, one consistent step at a time. See you in the next episode, and remember, keep going even on the small days. That's how you grow.